I think that's like with what Have a Word have done, like
Yeah.
10,000 people following them, paying £3.
Yeah.
Is it because of the investment of a podcast that makes it such a good platform for building a following?
I think it's not the follower count that's important. I think if people are listening to a podcast regularly, then that means that they're more interested in what you do than if they just happen to follow you on Twitter. You did a funny tweet once, So, podcast listeners are probably the most loyal, realist fans. That they're actually engaging with that amount of content regularly. So if you have a successful podcast, and that's going to be a bigger, more real fan base that you can actually turn into touring, have a word done. But it's so much harder as well to actually have a successful podcast. And the amount of work you know yourself, Mavericks, as you do, the amount of work you do to build it. That's a lot bigger than just putting than just doing tweets, videos on Instagram or whatever. But YouTube as well. I think if people are watching like longer videos of you, then that obviously means that they're more invested in what you're doing than if they're just watching 30-second clips of you that they got shown randomly on TikTok. If they're actually subscribing to a YouTube channel and thinking, I want to see more of this, then that's again a loyal audience.
You've got to be the toxic relationship that they struggle to get out of. They've invested too much into it. They've invested much energy, emotions into the relationship with you. So it's so hard for them to get out. But in a good way, guys, in a good way. But in terms of the principles of, because they have to, the more someone's invested in something, the harder it is for them to leave.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I mean, is that what you feel? That's how I feel about Edinburgh, because of all the money once you've invested, you can't get out now.
To do what you've got to do.
But there's a lot of festivals sort of piggybacking on that sort of thing. I mean, the Brighton Fringe I found a bit mad in a way. There's all sorts of festivals now, and there's all sorts. Comedy's an interesting place, and I'm intrigued to see what happens in about 5 years or so. Like. For now, a lot of people building social media followings, building tours, but I'm interested to see what happens if for some that are not ready for it, doing it, and then those that, like Jeff Vincent or yourself, that are ready. I want to see what's going to happen after that. What's going to be the thing after that?
Yeah, it feels like things have to go in and out of fashion, and it feels like there can't be the demand for something forever. There's going to be a lot of crowd work videos quite recently. And you can see why they were popular. The way comedians just putting videos of themselves doing crowd work, because it was crowd work. They weren't using up material. So there were a lot of them. But it felt like audiences are going to get bored of this eventually. It isn't like the new way to be a comedian now, just put crowd work videos on forever. There's going to be a limited amount of time, but that builds an audience, and then people are going to get sick of it. And then it'll be the new thing. So I think a mistake is to look at someone who's successfully built an audience and think, well, that's how you do it. I'm going to copy what they did. I think often the people who build an audience are like the first or among the first people to do it. And by the time they've done it successfully, that means it's too late. It's time to find the next thing. So I think I don't know what the next thing is. If I find out, I'll do it myself and won't tell anyone.
That sounds like a good idea.
But we'll see.
Would you? Yeah, it's. We'll share it together. If I give you a split of the cost,
yeah, and you tell me as well if you.